Dungeon crawls. The meat and potatoes of your average Might and Magic ensemble simplify your hero's journey to a more concentrated spectacle of fantastical anarchy. Amusingly monotonous in its execution, the yawning caves and frigid mountains come as a relief to the maddening thoughts of moral quandaries and let you spend hours thinking about better things, like loot and puzzles. Characterized by its flexibility, a dungeon can be made up of very literally anything, yet the structure of one is an easily recognized thing. As seen through the eyes of media countless times, there are around a million billion different ways to structure and crown a dungeon, and that alone shows the strength of such a simple concept. Intrepid heroes will flaunt their strength of heart and courage of spirit by passing a series of trials pertaining to the atmosphere or message that the things that lie below have to offer. And that's what we really want to know. What things does this place have to offer? It's stuff, we want more stuff. The nature of exploration can't be less than a common heuristic for any one person, as a sense of discovery leads to a gratifying calm-like solace, rewarding the player's dangerous vocations with the only acceptable celebration that comes with reading numbers. A plethora of trinkets and treasures that you could only hope to imagine are barred behind your favorite evil punching bags. From slimes to skeletons to slime skeletons, the Malefactor's means are commonly a subtle guideline to dealing with the ability encompassing boss and or mini-boss. You have to struggle with and slay a variety of room-adjacent enemy types one by one, until eventually you conquer the boss and get some pretty okay loot. With the amount of repetition that is typically accounted for, the types of encounters that you will encounter varies in design and difficulty. Even way back when, with 8-bit music, two-tone color palettes, and Lara Croft's whole, there was platforming, time trials, whatever this is, and of course the puzzle that would seem like an inconvenience, inevitably ruining your day, making you feel like you got a 2-for-1 sale on stupid idiot pills. But that's fine! Because it's just a game, and in real life, I don't need to be smart. I have Google. All to say that little guys really do make a difference, and a dungeon crawl just wouldn't be the same without them and their cute little murder faces. Uh-oh, going to the murder train. Whee! Chugging your way down esoteric hallways and chambers ferments the notion that there's a method to the madness of having a backdoor water slide into your super secret sleepy chambers. A dungeon's level stages each have their own purpose, including having no purpose at all. Common rooms to set the stage and introduce the foes that you'll be fighting for the next couple of hours. Puzzle rooms nonetheless centered around a puzzle. Boss and mini-boss rooms designed with a little bit of extra space, giving the common rooms a dangerous reputation. And the treasure room to reward you for your discipline and make every dungeon worth the risk. Oh, and don't forget the shortcut that brings you all the way back to home base. These things tie together a journey all on their own, but they were meant to be explored by unique cases, by which I mean the weirdos who need some more experience sharpening their blades on random furniture. I mean, within a numerous number of stages and levels, a depthless cave or an icy palace has a lot and compensates for even more, such as the curse of every dungeon to be absolutely painted in its respective theme. But what really shapes the levels in their entirety are the polygon-laden pro-tags that drive the story forward. Heavy coatings of rhyme and frost no doubt paint a holistic picture of survival and encumbrance, but with everyone's favorite plumber always being a hop, skip, and a jump away from moving on to his next adventure, the game very literally changes quite a bit. Sliding on slippery ice can be fun and build momentum for an epic jump, or it can just push the point that this game wants to knock you down again and again and again. Recumbent, supine. It's obvious to say a part will always resemble its whole. Things to break the tedium like minecarts in a mine, paired with a fearless hero on a journey to save the world, transmute a mysterious venture into a purposeful one. Especially since the idea of going off in a different direction often makes more sense with a universe-sanctioned reason. It's no mystery that spending hours and hours on a specifically chartered escapade is fun, and makes you want to come back for more. Almost like a runner's high. Or childbirth. With the magic of wonder and healing potions, it keeps the consistency of a playful nature and keeps you from becoming a Katamari ball with superpowered scar tissue. I mean, there's a reason why they're rarely ever met with contention. A dungeon crawl can almost seem like a game show, but with life-changing sums of money and a final goal to kill the host. So if you're an evil lich or a greedy wizard, maybe put some of that avarice into a more creative outlet. The intrigue of high risk, high reward covers a large spectrum of souls, and who knows, maybe your demiplane truly will hold all those who dare to enter it. Now before I get to my summary, I want to very quickly talk about my favorite dungeon. So, let's do that. The Skyrim series has no shortage of dungeon delving, even going so far as to fill them out with their own personal story that doesn't even have to be interacted with. But the city of Blackreach and its dwarven architecture is an uncanny sight in the 5th installment of the Elder Scrolls series, as it goes against the grain of Nordic fantasy perpetrated so far. Tools of a more normal kind choke the bridges and pathways spread throughout this massive underground chamber, and constructs big and small make up half the danger. The other half is of course the Umbra Malfeasant Falmer. Broken and twisted in unimaginable ways, these folk-turned creatures sport a horrid form of Visage Grim, and inhabit the deeps even further below. This open space reminds me of the underground level of Elden Ring, so surprisingly spacious that it becomes its own spotlighted section of the game. With most of the interesting things in this place being optional, it is built upon your own interest to want to explore it, and the fact that I can still think of those open spaces with the gloom pressing against you so clearly, I'd say it did just that. So, to summarize, have you ever thought about when the restless hero actually gets the rest? You see, a candid canvas of swords and sorcery give even the heroes with a fable to resolve welcome respite. A working rest is better than no rest at all, and it'll be a whole lot easier to save the world when you have more cool tricks up your sleeve. Trust me. Thanks for watching. and maybe just go have some fun.